What's good, you guys? It's your boy, the Urban Archer, Mark Johnson, and you have tuned into the Urban Archer channel. I'm coming at you with another video. So check this out, guys. If you guys have seen my video about the bow that I was gonna outfit, it was an old school bow. You can look back in my videos. It's the Bear Whitetail 2 bow. I was telling you guys how I was going to get it outfitted and I was going to create a hybrid out of it and everything. Well, I have done just that. In preparation for this turkey hunting season, I want to try to go ahead and shoot a turkey with my modern compound as well as the Bear Whitetail, which is an old compound from the 80s. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the modifications that I've done to this compound. And like I said, if you look at the other video that I had up there, you'll be able to see what it used to be like and everything. And like the modifications are not crazy major or nothing like that. But what it did do was it created so much more accuracy with this bow than what it had before. So I'm going to show you guys what's up. So this is the bow, guys, in all of its glory as it stands now, since it's been adjusted and worked on. All right. So let me start off and show you guys some things that I've done to this bow. First of all, I put a wrist strap on there. Okay. This wrist strap came from my another diamond bow that I have. It just was something that was laying around and it's actually pretty soft and comfortable. So I decided to throw it on this bow. I put a stabilizer on here from Dead Ringer. This is, I believe it's a 6-inch stabilizer. I had this also on my bow. Now, all the stuff that I pretty much threw up here, y'all, came from, my other stuff that I had laying around. I didn't really have to purchase any of this stuff. It just was stuff that I had laying around, and I just decided to figure it out and make it work out so I can modify it. And luckily, this particular bow had certain holes in just the right spots for me to do certain things, so it kind of worked out pretty good. But yeah, so this is a stabilizer that I put on there, and it's also a quick release stabilizer, so I can loosen this stabilizer up. Doesn't want to act right now, but I can loosen it up and take it out from the top, and it should slide out, but it's kind of loose right now. Got to tighten that back down. I put a whisker biscuit on here. It's what you call a whisker biscuit. This is the rest that the actual arrow sits in. So I can show you guys real quick. When you pull an arrow out, it goes into this like so and fits into that hole. And then you slide that forward and you put what's called your knock on your string like that. And so when you get ready to draw, that's basically what your arrow sits on when you're drawing your bow, basically. So I guess it's a better angle for you guys, so you guys can see better. Yeah, it's a better angle. So that's basically how your arrow sits in there. It's called a whisker biscuit. So I put that on there. This was probably the most difficult thing because this bow was just really not set up to have that type of rest on it at all. It was set up to have some sort of spring pressure type thingamajiggy that was just like some really crazy outdated stuff that somebody thought up. But so the whisker biscuit was kind of hard, and I'm actually going to have to make some more modifications to it because, as you can see, I had to use a bolt to hold it on, and the bolt itself is it's too big, as you can see right there. So when my arrows come through, they're catching the edge of this with the fletches. You know, the fletches on my arrow are catching the edge of that, and it's kind of tearing them up a little bit. I don't know if you can see. Here's one of my arrows with holes right here from it being torn up from me shooting repeatedly. So I definitely have to get like a bolt with a smaller head on it to fix that problem. But other than that, that went off pretty good. I put a Apex sight on this thing with I put an Apex 3-pin sight on there. And I took it to the range, and it has been sighted into 20 yards. I still have to sight my other 2 pins in. It shoots pretty good. I'm shooting aluminum arrows. Easton aluminum arrows with field tips on there, and they're pretty heavy arrows. And you know, they do have a little bit of an arc when you shoot them or whatever, but they hit real hard and they penetrate real good, and so that's why I'm using them. I put also a octane arrow quiver on this thing, and this was the arrow quiver that came on my Diamond SB1 originally. And I took it off and I put a black one on the SB1, and so I just had this thing laying up there with the quick removable framework from another bow. So basically, the way I got this thing set up is you just pull a latch like this, and you pull out, and your whole quiver comes off. It's quick detach quiver, and that comes from basically another Diamond bow. Diamond makes a lot of good quiver, you know, setups or whatever like that. I mean, they're a highly overlooked company. I mean, if you guys are trying to get into archery and stuff and you want to figure out what company or what brand you should go with to get started with, Diamond is a great company to start with. But yeah, so this thing is pretty cool. It's got a little lever on it like so. So all you basically have to do to take the quiver off and shoot it like that, you can just shoot it straight up, or you can, you know, just attach this quiver on the rail, push it, lock that down, and now you have your quiver and everything on your bow, and you're ready to do your thing. Now this is a very tall bow from axle to axle. It's pretty long, so this is overall it's a pretty big bow. It's a pretty big rig. So it's really cool though. I also put a peep sight in there, y'all. I put a peep sight in to shoot with my Apex sight, which is a more up-to-date thing. So that by putting the peep sight in and putting it in there with that Apex sight, it increased my accuracy like so much. I cannot tell you guys how much more accurate I became once I put that peep sight on there. And then also I decided not to put a D-loop on this bow. A D-loop would be a little loop right here that you would have, and you would hook your release to it and you would pull it back with that. I decided to shoot this thing with fingers. So I shoot it with fingers like this. So I will basically put an arrow on, okay, like so. You put your arrow on, and you would have a glove on your hand, which I'll show you in a second. You have a glove on your hand, and you basically stick 2 fingers underneath the arrow, 1 finger on top of the arrow, and you would draw back and shoot it with your fingers like that. So, and this is the glove. This is the glove that you would wear. This is the archer's glove. And basically how that goes is you stick it on your hand like this, your fingers, okay? And you strap it around your wrist. And what that does is it protects your fingers, because that bowstring is very hard and it's very rough, and you're pulling back a lot of poundage and weight. So when you're drawing back on them strings, when you let them go, after a couple times, it's just going to tear the skin up on your fingers. It's just too rough and too hard for your fingers. So by having this nice thick leather glove and this thick leather padding on my fingers, I don't have to worry about, I can shoot as much as I want. I don't have to worry about that bow and having any discomfort from trying to shoot that bow. It guards and protects my fingers and my skin to keep it from getting torn up from the string. So, and this, you know, these gloves have a break-in process, which I have, you know, this glove has been broken in. So it's nice and soft and supple now. The leather is real soft. At first, when you get them, they're really extremely stiff. But the more you shoot, they soften up. But yeah, so that's how I set that bow up, y'all. I just wanted to show it to y'all real quick because I told you guys I was going to make a video about it and I didn't forget. So I just wanted to show you guys I made it. And I'm going to take that bow out, hopefully this turkey hunting season, as well as my SB1. And hopefully I can get something with both of them. Who knows? Maybe that's wishful thinking, y'all. I don't know. But it'd be cool to do it. If not, it'd be a really good backup to have to just in case my SB1 has any malfunctions. God forbid. I hope it doesn't have any malfunctions. It's getting new strings put on it right now. It's at a shop getting new strings put on it. So it should be good to go for the season. And if I have any malfunctions, I have this bow right here. I just got to switch up and just, you know, I'll be good to go. Also, I also grabbed what is called a fishing arrow. I'll show it to you guys real quick. This is a fishing arrow. It's It's made out of fiberglass, and this is the head that it has on it. Okay, it's kind of like a barbed head, and this is for fishing. All right. And you guys might say to yourself, why does this dude got an arrow with a fishing head on it? Because I can actually go bow fishing. I can take it and put a tie string either through the tip here, or I can tie a string through the end here. You guys can see the hole. It's got a hole right there made for you to tie fishing line. And you'll have a spool. You'll have a spool for the fishing line right here with all the fishing line on it, and your arrow will get drawn back, and basically you can either go out on the boat and you can see the fish from the boat and just shoot them with that arrow and just wind your spool back up and just pull them in. It's just like fishing. Or you can stand on the edge of the water, on the shore, on the edge of the water, or whatever. If you see anything swimming close to the edge, you can just walk around up and down the side, on the bank or whatever, and just, if you see anything swimming close to the edge, just shoot it, and you can just pull it right out and everything. People do it all the time. It's something that I think looks really, really fun if you want to go fishing, just to do a little spin on fishing instead of just having an everyday, fishing pole. Instead of using an everyday fishing pole, you can actually fish that way, which I think is really cool, especially if you're an archer. It just serves its purpose because you're using your bow still. And this would be a great bow to do that with. It's just being able to shoot with fingers and everything like that, and using that type of arrow and the fishing line and everything would be really cool with this bow. I definitely would not want to do it with my SB1 because it's a whole type of rig and everything that you have to buy to change the bow up to make it like that, and I spent too much time and money trying to set it up for shooting regular arrows, so why would I change everything around? But anyway, so that's what I got to show you guys today. Thank you guys for subscribing. All the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all those who are new and have not subscribed, and for all those who have already been subscribed to my channel from the beginning, my old heads. And I don't mean by age, I just mean by time. I appreciate y'all for continuing to watch. This is the Urban Archer coming at you guys with another video. And until next time, keep plugging away.